Hey everyone, welcome back to Wealthy Mentor Trading. Today's May the 16th, 2021. Today I'm going to be looking at SPX S&P 500, some targets to the upside, to the downside, my thoughts and opinions. I'm also going to be looking at some of our watch list names. We got 7 names on the docket today. I'm going to be talking about AMC and the potential breakout, BTC news regarding Tesla, Elon Musk, and where I see the targets going. Facebook retesting highs, Square dropping down to critical support, NEO reaching March lows and November 2020 lows. I'm also going to be talking about earnings on Walmart, WMT. It's also nearing all-time highs. I'm also going to be talking about Home Depot HD, and it's also reaching near highs, and it reports on Tuesday. Okay. With that being said, please guys, give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you head over to the Wealthy Mentor Trading, and check out our Discord service. We provide a great service. Basically, we give you heads up on incoming news. We also provide you with market analysis, entries and exits, and breakdowns of all your favorite names that we usually trade on the weekly. We also give you swing trading names with low caps, and also market sector trading targets as well. So if that interests you, head over to thewealthymentor.net and see what we have to offer. Okay. That being said, the first name is SPX, the S&P 500. As you guys can see here, this is a 30-minute chart. We did have a down week where we did test lows of 40.57. We did have a nice bounce, and we are at the same levels that we were basically last week where we started, right at the 41.70, 41.80 resistance. So my keys to next week, I am going to be looking at that 4,200 psychological. If that were to break, 42.20 would be a big target for me, and 42.30 would be another one, which is near all-time highs. The market is kind of a neutral posture at the moment, so it will be interesting to see how tomorrow opens up. It really would set the tone going forward in the week. I am going to switch over here to the 4-hour time frame to give you guys an outlook of where we dropped, right? We did drop around that 40, 60, 40, 70 area, where we did have support here back on the April the 5th, 2021. Levels held pretty well. We were oversold on the 4-hour time frame, so we did receive a bounce, and the bounce is currently has taken us up to that 41.80 mark. So going to tomorrow, that 4,200, a break of that would definitely change the trend back to bullish, and it would pretty much paint a rosier picture going into the week. Okay, so that is SPX to the upside. Now to the downside, if we do have a terrible week and this is just a dead cat bounce, I am looking at that 41.50 mark. That would be my first confirmation. My first take profit target where I would like to see a bounce would be that 41.30. If we do break 41.30, I am looking at levels of 41.12, which has held for good support previously. So these two levels, 41.30 and 41.12, are areas where I see the market pulling back. If obviously we do see continued weakness, look for these lows right here to be retested once again. Okay, guys, so that is the targets to the downside and to the upside. 4,200 to the upside and 41.50 to the downside. Keep those two in mind. Okay. The first name that I want to discuss that did receive some sizable percentage gains was AMC. AMC is one of our swing trading names. Here we are on the 4-hour time frame, and as you guys can see here, we did receive a big push on AMC at that $9 support, pushing as high as basically $14. Going into next week, I do have targets above 15, so entries above 15, take profits at $16, and the next take profit at $18. And the reason for that is because we do have strong resistance at that $15 mark. Here we are on that 1-day chart. So $15 is an area of resistance for me. We did not hit quite 15 on this run up here, However, stocks do tend to move into round numbers, and 15 is a nice target to enter at. Okay, so above 15, I am looking at 16 and 18 as take profit targets. To me, this chart looks pretty bullish. So if we do break that 15, there's no reason why we can't push for all-time highs. Guys, this is one of those names as well that tends to succeed when the markets are down and people are looking for a name to trade. So keep an eye out on this one. If we do see market weakness, names like this do tend to run. Okay. Now to the downside, if we do not see a break above 15, we do have support at that $12 area. If 12 were to break, 11 and 10 would be your best bets to see a pullback. And if we do see continuous pullback, $9, where we've had continuous support here on the March the 23rd, here on the April the 20th, and once more here on May the 7th. Okay, so that $9 mark is strong support. If we do see weakness, look for that area to hold once again. Okay, so that is AMC on the 1-day chart and the 4-hour chart. Another name that has been in the news quite a bit is Tesla, mostly in part due to Elon Musk and his investment with Bitcoin and him pulling back some of that investment, causing Bitcoin's price to significantly drop below that $60,000 mark. And I believe right now we are around that $45,000 to $47,000 area. So what does that have to do with Tesla? Well, Tesla is one of those names that's has a lot of euphoria and does tend to have a lot of price action to the downside and to the upside. And going into next week, I am looking at that 600 to 608 mark. Above that, a break above that, I am looking at 620, 630, and 640. This was the breakdown action right here that we received based on that news. So I'm looking at those retests of those levels to the upside. However, 608 is a key level for me. And as you guys can see here, if you are a conservative trader, look for an entry above 620. We have multiple wicks here, basically telling you that this is buyer rejection, and it's a level of significance. Also, this white line here is the 9-day moving average. As you guys can see here, we've been rejected multiple times off that, and recently we just broke out of that on Friday. So an area for me, if you are a conservative trader, look for that first confirmation of 608. Your second confirmation entry would be above that 620. Now, if you're a day trader, scalp trader, which is what we do at Wealthy Mentor Trading, look for that break of 608 for take profits at 620, 630, and 640, respectively. Now, to the downside, if we do see continued weakness, and it looks like we're currently seeing some weakness in Bitcoin going into tomorrow, look for that 570 area as strong support. As you guys can see here, we did wick multiple times underneath it and bounced right back. So bulls are looking at that 570 for support. Okay, below 570 would be your first confirmation. I wouldn't enter shorts at 570. I would enter shorts below 560. We did receive a wick down here, but it got bought back up really quick. So if you are shorting, look for shorts below 560. And if 560 were to break, 550, 540, and 518 are key levels on Tesla to the downside. Okay, so that is Tesla on the 4-hour time frame. And keep your eyes on the news with regards to Elon Musk and his Bitcoin holdings. Okay, there's a lot of Twitter back and forth action, and quite frankly, a lot of manipulation going around with Tesla and Bitcoin prices. Okay, another name that's worthy of a mention is Facebook. Facebook did receive some of a pullback to support levels, which is that 297 area. We held it down here on April the 22nd, and once more down here on the 5th of May, sorry, the 11th of May. So that level of 297 is a key area for me for support. As you guys can see here, during the market correction, we did hold that again, and now we are above the 315 area on Friday, which we closed pretty bullish. Going into tomorrow, I'm looking at 320. A break of 320 324 would be my target number one profit. Target number two would be that 330 to 333, which is testing all-time highs. If we do receive some bullish information and analyst upgrades, look for 336 and 340 as your next bullish targets to the upside on Facebook. And as I mentioned earlier, 297 is a key level of support. So look for 297 to break. If 297 were to break, look for targets at that 291, 287 area, which we did receive some consolidation here back on March the 30th before breaking out. Okay, so if we do see weakness below 297, look for that area to get hit as your target number one. Your target number two would be that 282, 280 mark, which we did receive some consolidation again before pushing up onto this bull flag, and once more with a bull flag consolidation. Okay, so those are two areas that I'm looking for a pullback if we do break 297. To the upside, you guys do know that 320 is a key area that I'm going to be looking at. Okay, so that is Facebook on the 4-hour time frame. Another name that's related to Bitcoin is Square. Square does have a large holding with Bitcoin as well. And since Bitcoin is trending lower, look for Square to also trend lower. Here it is on the 4-hour time frame. Okay. To the upside, I am looking at, to be honest with you, I would be looking above the 220, 222 mark, just because we did receive a big bounce right here, and we couldn't break it on 1, 2, 3, 4 attempts. So that 220, 222 is an area is significant for me. Now we did push lower at that 193 area, and that is important to me because I am going to switch over here to the daily time frame, and I'll tell you why. As you guys can see here, that 193 area has been hit one time on April the 27th, 2 times on March the 4th, and this is the 3rd time we've hit it. Now, guys, the rule is the more times we hit support like this, the weaker that it gets, and a breakthrough down to the downside is not guaranteed, but it gets weaker and weaker where we could test lower levels. So if we do break lower this week and we do have market weakness, look for that 193, 192 area to get broken. If that breaks, right, that would be your first confirmation. Your second confirmation would be that 190 level, and I would enter shorts below that. My first target would be that 188. My second target would be that 185 to 187 mark. And obviously, if we do see continued weakness, 183 and 182 would be your next stop. Okay, so I wanted to bring that to your attention, guys, because we did have that level hit 3 times now in the past few months. So if we do see weakness, remember that 193, 192 level on Square. And the reason why I also bring it up is obviously, like I said, Square does have a large holding with Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is trending lower along with the altcoins as well. Okay, now to the upside, if you are, a swing trader, if you're a scalper, you can always enter above that 210, 214 area. 214 would be a little safer. Above 214, I have targets of 217, 222 to 220. Okay, so those are those 2 scalp areas that I would look for and a take profit. Like I said before that, though, if you are a conservative trader, look above the 222 mark. Above 222, I have targets, take profit targets at 227 and 230. Okay, so that is Square on the 4-hour time frame. So keep that in mind. This name, especially with Bitcoin in the news quite a bit. Okay, another name that's related to Tesla and the EV sector that has been trending lower is NIO. NIO is the ticker. NIO is at critical levels to me. We haven't seen these levels in quite a while. We do have that $29.50 level hit right here on May the 10th. Once more here on March the 5th. And obviously it was our breakout point higher right here on December 30th, 2020. So we're at those levels again. It'll be interesting to see what NIO does next week. The EV names have been taking a beating, mostly in part due to Tesla. So going into next week, I would like to see a break above that $36 level, right? Above 36, we do have 38 and 40 as take profit areas. However, if you are a more conservative trader, guys, look above that $40 and $43 level just to avoid the downtrend. And we are in a downtrend on NIO. So keep those levels in mind, 40 and 43 for entries, for potential take profits at 45 and 47. Now, if you are of a swing trader, scalper, day trader, tomorrow I'm looking at 34, a break of 34, 36, and 38 with my take profit targets. Now, if you do see weakness in the EV sector, most notably Tesla, and obviously the market conditions, look for that $29 level as key support. Like as I mentioned earlier, if 29 were to break, we do have support here at 25.5 and 22.5, and that is NIO. And guys, to be honest with you, if it does drop down to these levels, it would be a great long-term swing trading opportunity on NIO. Due to the fact that also the RSI on the higher time frames, the 4-hour and the 1-hour, would be oversold if we reach those levels as well. Okay, so that is NIO on the 4-hour time frame. Another name that is has earnings on Tuesday. Walmart, WMT is the ticker. Okay, here we are on Walmart. Now, it's not one of those names I normally trade. As you guys can see, I don't have support and resistance zones drawn up, so no problem. We'll just do that together. Okay, so an area for me that I'm going to be looking at right off the bat would be that 142, 143 level. Above that, I am looking at that 148 level. Okay, so above 143, your first target would be that 148 level. Your second target would be the top of this right here at that 150 level, right? Rejection right here made us push back down. So that is a level of resistance. So above 143, 148, 147 as take profit number one. Take profit number two is that 150 mark. All-time highs is at 154, right? So this is pretty bullish heading into earnings. We do have support at that 135 level, right? Had a nice bounce here back on May the 13th. So this was last week. We did hold that. We did go as low as 126. So that is a level of support for me. But before that, we do have support right here at that 129.5. Let's just call it 130, right? And obviously down here at the lows up 117. If we really, I guess, do bomb on earnings, I just don't see Walmart dropping that low. Just for the fact that during the pandemic, names like Walmart, Amazon, those are the places that have, I guess, stayed open, places where people have flocked to get their groceries, to get their, supplies, whatever it may be. Walmart's one of those names. So it's definitely succeeded during the pandemic. So look for tests above that 143 level for a beat. And if we do miss, look for that, a break below that 135.5 to test 130, 126, which we did have weakness here back on March the 3rd. We did hit those levels. Again, guys, this is a daily chart, right? Okay, so there's a lot of data here. Okay, that is Walmart on the daily time frame. And I guess, just have some patience and look for that 143 mark to break. And if that doesn't break, look for that 135 support to break. And Walmart does have earnings on Tuesday. Okay, another name and the final name that I want to discuss today is HD Home Depot. I am going to switch over here to the 4-hour time frame. Home Depot is one of our swing trading names, and for good reason. It's pretty bullish. Home Depot did receive a pullback right here at that 345 mark, and that was basically just on May the 10th. So not too long ago, we did hit all-time highs. We did receive a pullback here down to that 315 level. So going into tomorrow, I am looking at 325 to break. Above 325, 330 is a key level to take profits, and 335. If you want to be safe, look for trades above the 330 level for take profits of 335, 338 to 340. And if we're really bullish, look for all-time highs to get hit. Um, so to me, this chart is very bullish still. We are on a 4-hour time frame, and this pullback definitely helps for entry areas for people trying to get I guess, a better deal, you should say. To the downside, I am looking at that 320 level. We did break that slightly right here down to the 315 level. I am going to draw a level of support. Okay. So that is actually 316. So if you are shorting this, look for your first confirmation to be 320. If 320 were to break, your second confirmation would be that 316. And the reason for that is I would not short at 320 is because we did receive a sizable bounce. And if 316 were to break, I am looking at shorts below that to get target number 1 at 314 and target number 2 at that 308 to 310 level, which we did have a long, big, strong candles breakout here on April the 5th, 2021. So that is a level of area that we could see definitely weakness and a bounce at. So your take profits are that 314 and that 308 to 310 level. And that is Home Depot, and they are reporting on Tuesday. Bullish name, guys. All right, those are the top names that I want to discuss. Many of our names were just basically trending sideways and didn't really do much. So AMC, a breakout above 15. Tesla's been in the news. Elon Musk and his Twitter account manipulating the markets. Facebook, potential all-time high retest. Square, watch for that 193 support. It's bounced there 3 times. So look for continued weakness with Bitcoin for that name to also drop. NEO also correlates with Square and Tesla. It is an EV name that has been going lower. It's reaching its March lows and its November, October lows. Could potentially go lower, so keep that in mind. Walmart and Home Depot, earnings on Tuesday. Pretty bullish on both those names as well. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And please give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and head over to thewealthymentor.net and check out our Discord group. Awesome service, guys. You won't be disappointed whether you're a novice trader, a seasoned trader, someone that's just looking for swing trading, someone's looking for day trading, someone's looking for alerts on entries and exits. It's it's a great service. You learn a lot and you make some money. All right, guys. Thank you so much. See you guys next week. Bye.